or was told about potentially dangerous escalators. I'm Adam Suss.
When the value of your home crashes and you still have to sell, I'm Darcy Marchese.
A new call for jihad against some U.S. and Israeli interests.
And it comes from a man who used to live here. Details at 2:20 with J.J. Green.
On Wall Street, the Dow down 46, the NASDAQ down 1, S&P down 4.
Maryland opens its basketball season at home against Seattle tonight.
WTOP News Time 2 o'clock.
CBS News, I'm Harley Carnes. Homeland Security is ordering tougher new inspections of some air cargo and slamming the door on shipments from a second country. The goal is to keep the package bombs out.
These new measures will extend a ban on air cargo from Yemen, and there will be a new ban on cargo from Somalia. Ink cartridges larger than 16 ounces will be barred from all passenger aircraft, whether in the cargo hold or carry-on luggage, and there will be stepped-up screening for any cargo considered high risk. Airlines have been instructed to step up their security on any flight headed to the U.S.
CBS's Cammie McCormick in Washington. Plenty of pointed fingers that BP may have cut corners to save money and sacrificed safety at the Deepwater Horizon oil drill rig. But the chief counsel of the investigating commission says they're not seeing Fred Bartlett.
We don't see a person or three people sitting there at a table considering safety and cost and giving up safety for cost. We have not seen that.
Elizabeth Smart has been telling her story, saying she awoke as a child to find a knife at her throat. The trial of Brian David Mitchell in Utah.
On the witness stand, Elizabeth Smart is turning back the clock 8 years, reliving the night she was kidnapped from her bedroom. Smart, who is now 23 years old, was just 14 at the time. She described the scene as her kidnapper held a knife to her throat. She said she was told to cooperate or both she and her family would be killed. Smart has maintained her composure. She will next testify about her 9 months in captivity and what became an almost daily routine of sexual abuse. Steve Futterman, CBS News at the Federal Courthouse in Salt Lake City.
The Connecticut man who tormented his victims for 7 hours before setting them on fire has been sentenced to die for the murders. A woman was strangled, her 2 daughters tied to their beds, doused with gas, and left to die in the blaze. Stephen Hayes goes to death row. Dr. William Pettit survived that ordeal.
Michaela was an 11-year-old little girl, tortured and killed in her home bedroom, surrounded by stuffed animals. Haley had a great future.
Hayes' alleged partner in the burglary and murder, alleged mastermind Joshua Komisarjevsky, will be tried next year. The child prostitutes crackdown by federal, state, and local officials in 40 cities. 884 people arrested.
The weekend sweep through dozens of cities led to the rescue of 69 children and the arrest of almost 100 pimps. 1/3 of the rescues were in the Pacific Northwest. In Seattle and Tacoma, Washington, 23 children were brought to safety. On the East Coast, the Newark FBI office says prostitution is especially prevalent in New Jersey because of casinos and tourism. Also, runaways are lured to New York thinking they can break into the fashion or movie industries.
CBS's Stephanie Lambadaka says the FBI is still working to identify the children on Wall Street. The Dow down 43 points. NASDAQ is flat so far. This is CBS News.
Hello, everybody. It is a beautiful Monday afternoon this November 8th at 2:03. 63 degrees, winds gusting to 25.
Live from the Glass Enclosed Nerve Center, this is Washington's most listened to radio station, 103.5 WTOP Radio. Here are Sean Anderson and Hillary Howard.
Good afternoon. The murder shocked and saddened the community. Now, WTOP has learned one of 4 men charged with killing a popular middle school principal is set to plead guilty.
Sources say Alante Saunders will plead guilty to first-degree murder in the death of Brian Betts. Saunders was supposed to go on trial next week. Police have said Saunders' fingerprints were found inside and outside Betts' stolen Nissan Xterra when it was found in April in Southeast D.C. It's not clear what sentence was negotiated as part of Saunders' plea agreement. Neil Augenstein, WTOP News.
6 people were hurt, one of them seriously, when brakes on a Metro Ellis escalator failed recently. The people tumbled to the ground. But this afternoon, we're learning Metro was warned before that accident about the dangers with its escalators.
Escalator conditions requiring immediate maintenance are being overlooked. Brake pads are worn beyond their useful life. Just some of the details in a report prepared for Metro a full month before the L'Enfant Plaza accident. The report, completed by an outside consultant, was obtained by the website Unsuck DC Metro. Metro now says it's inspecting the brakes on all of its nearly 600 escalators. Metro has the most escalators of any transit system in North America. WTOP News.
204, before you crack open that jug of cider, take a look at the label. Baugher's Apple Cider, spelled B-A-U-G-H-E-R''S. Baugher's Apple Cider is being recalled because it appears to be linked to an E. coli outbreak. The cider has been sold in Maryland and Pennsylvania. The FDA says if you have any, get rid of it. So far, 7 people have been infected, 3 in the hospital. Anyone who has any signs of E. coli, including diarrhea, should contact a healthcare provider immediately. More on our website, WTOP.com, keyword recalls.
2:05. Remember our record-breaking summer heat? Some local farmers are having a hard time forgetting it. The heat was so intense and so long that drought conditions killed their crops. But Maryland farmers hit hard by the weather have a chance to get some money back. Governor Martin O'Malley says anyone who lost 30% or more of their crops can apply for emergency aid loans or other assistance. The federal disaster declaration applies to 22 Maryland counties for losses between the 1st of June and the end of August. The only jurisdictions not eligible, Baltimore City and Harford County.
205. Imagine drinking 2 8-ounce cups of coffee with a drink that's 12% alcohol. That's why a popular beverage is now raising increased concern on local college campuses.
The drink called Four Loko is a mix of alcohol and caffeine. It is legal, but the D.C. Health Department has now asked emergency medical services to report any cases involving Four Loko after 2 incidents on the George Washington campus. Other schools in the region have stepped up education on this type of drink. Medical experts say it's difficult to pace yourself when you drink it, leading to increased incidents involving blackouts.
People become less aware of their level of intoxication.
Jennifer Farrenhall from Virginia's Department of Alcohol and Beverage Control says Virginia has not stepped up monitoring this type of drink. Hank Silverberg, WTOP News.
Some people believe science is a key to our nation's future, and with that in mind, Virginia Commonwealth University's School of Education just got a $5.1 million grant to improve science teaching in Central Virginia. The grant comes from the U.S. Department of Education and will be used to do many things. It'll provide coaches and coursework for some teachers and will increase rural teachers' access to professional development. The funding announced today is part of a 5-year, $34 million grant awarded to a group called VISTA, the Science Teaching and Achievement Group for the university.
Coming up on WTOP, stay with us. Plenty to talk about this afternoon, including short sale. It's become a household name, but the consequences could be heartbreaking. We'll talk about that in our home value high wire. We've got a good start to the week weather-wise. We'll check on it next at 2:07.
And now, the voice of reason.
Hey, all you small business owners, controllers, and CFOs. It's me, Reason, here to talk with you about saving money. Always looking for effective and efficient ways to trim costs and reduce overhead? Well, here's great news. Northwest Federal Credit Union is now offering business credit cards with rates as low as 7% APR. Plus, they'll not only give you free business checking with no fees, you can also earn money on your checking deposits too. That's extra savings now and every month you use it. How do you spell no-brainer? Bet your current bank doesn't take care of your business like Northwest Federal. So listen to Reason and get a business banking account that boosts your bottom line from Northwest Federal Credit Union.
Does your bank pay you interest on checking? Earn money on free business checking with no fees at Northwest Federal Credit Union. Apply at nwfcu.org/BIZ. That's nwfcu.org/biz.
Happy Monday, 2:08.
103.5 WTOP Radio. Traffic and weather together on the 8th.
On the northbound lanes of the George Washington Parkway, listeners quick to follow up on the original crash north of 123 McLean near the CIA interchange off on the median strip. But callers also caution of another crash northbound on the GW Parkway before you get to the Beltway. 4 cars blocking the right lane of 2. Be alert then for separate slowdowns north of 123, a brief delay past the original crash, and an unexpected delay approaching the Beltway. North of town on Route 29 in Ellicott City, the crash had a bunch of cars involved. Northbound near exit 24 for US 40. Last report we were getting by, but by squeezing to the left. On the eastbound lanes of Route 100, the crash just after the exit point for Arundel Mills. That on the left side of the roadway. On the inner loop of 695, exit 2 for Maryland Route 10, the truck fire is still working on the cleanup. Traffic gets by, but slowly. In Howard County, on Green Valley Road, Route 75, just south of Interstate 70, the crash. Highway Department says, at least for the moment, 75 blocked each way, just south of the intersection with Baldwin Road. I'm Bob Marber, WTOP Traffic.
Chris Nail at ABC 7 for the WTOP forecast. Looks nice outside the window of the Glass Enclosed Nerve Center, my friend.
You don't have trees nearby, do you?
A couple.
Yeah.
They're breezy a little bit. Not too bad.
They're getting tossed around a bit. Some places more than others. We've seen wind gusts up around 36 miles per hour in Hagerstown, 35 at BWI Thurgood Marshall, but presently 25 is the magic number at Dulles, Reagan National, BWI Thurgood Marshall with regards to those gusty winds. As we head into the overnight, temperatures will fall from the 60s where they are now into the middle to upper 30s. Unfortunately, the wind stays with us, so it'll feel like we're in the 20s. Around 60 degrees tomorrow and Wednesday, mostly sunny skies each day, leading us into Veterans Day on Thursday, which looks good too. Sunny, still going to be just a bit cooler, middle to upper 50s, and it looks like high pressure is really just going to dominate much of the week. You might have guessed that. 63 in Reagan National, 64 in Fredericksburg. It's 63 in Frederick and around 59 in Rockville.
All right, thank you very much, Chris Nail. It's 2:10.
A car destined to improve the world. A car that can change lives. A car that can make an impact. Presenting the 2011 Millwood Opportunity. Actually, it's your used car. When you donate your used car to Millwood, you turn it into opportunity for people with disabilities. Your used car can help enhance the lives of thousands of people in our area, providing them with career training, job placement, and helping them learn new skills. The 2011 Millwood Opportunity. Give one today. Towing is available for free if needed. If you don't have a car to donate, you can still give an opportunity by making a cash donation. Donate to Millwood and donate an opportunity online at millwood.org or by calling 1-877-MILLWOOD. WTOP News Time 2:11.
This is a story too common today. The value of your home comes crashing down and you have to sell. We have more in this week's Home Value High Wire.
Angela and her husband buy a 5,500 square foot home on a half-acre lot in Waldorf in 2004. They pay $565,000. A few years later,
in 2007, we had the house appraised, and it was appraised for $670,000.
But Angela and her husband are getting separated. Neither can afford the mortgage alone, so they approached their bank asking about President Obama's loan modification program. They were told no deal.
And they told us that we should speak to President Obama directly if we had a problem with them.
They have no other choice than to sell. In my next report, their harsh reality.
Extremely frustrating and heartbreaking.
Darcy Marchese, WTOP News.
You can hear that report 1 hour from now.
2:12 now. Look at federal headlines this afternoon. Here's Chris Dorbeck.
How can the federal government do its job better, faster, and cheaper? Well, feds have ideas, and the 4 finalists have been selected for the second round of the Obama administration's SAVE Awards, where feds actually submitted their ideas. One of the finalists comes from Trudy Givens. She's with the Bureau of Prisons. She says the government should stop mailing the Federal Register to her workplace and nearly 10,000 federal employees who get it each and every day when you can get it online. And federal employees are automatically enrolled in the federal 401k plan, the TSP. The numbers are just out, and they show most feds sticking with the retirement plan. Those stories and more. Federal News Radio, 1500 AM, and federalnewsradio.com.
Thank you very much, Chris Dorbeck. We're going to be talking sports next. Basketball, it's 2:13.
WTOP Radio, always there with news that affects your life. We'll tell you if summer heat or winter cold will close down your child's school. We'll tell you if your 401k is still worth something. We'll share the highs and lows of our favorite teams. Washington's news, traffic, and weather station, WTOP Radio.
During boom and bust,